welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Cassidy. So today's video is going to be story time for us traveling to Italy. So if you're new here, we just moved to Vicenza, Italy. My wife got stationed here. She's in the army. She's active duty, and lots been going on. So yeah, we got to Italy on Wednesday, August 11th. We left Washington Tuesday, August 10th at 1:30 p.m. So it was a long traveling experience. So starting off the story, we had a lot of bags and we were obviously traveling internationally, so Sierra was like, oh, let's get there 3 hours early. So happy wife, happy life, get there 3 hours early. She's already annoyed at this point because I am an overpacker. I like to be prepared. You just never know like what you're gonna need. So, you know, we had 8 checked bags we each had a carry-on, and we each had like a personal item. So we had a lot of baggage. So my mom and her boyfriend drove us to the airport, and we needed like a little bag cart. We needed more than one bag cart, but we only had gotten one originally, and we tipped it over with all our stuff. So Sierra's like getting increasingly more annoyed as like the time is ticking. And so we tip over the first bag cart, we get a second bag cart, and I was like, okay, we need to go to this part of Delta. I was incorrect. I put us in domestic and we needed to be in like the international line, both of which had incredibly long lines. I've never flown like midday. We always typically have like really early morning flights. So that was interesting to be at the airport like during that time and see all the people. And we had to wait for like 30, maybe 40 minutes because there was a team of skiers going to the Swiss Alps and their family members getting them checked in and all their fucking ski gear, which was an immense amount of gear. So that was taking up a lot of time. And then we finally get to the counter, and the little lady just seems like she's so annoyed with us because we have so much baggage. Like, ma'am, I'm so sorry, but like we're moving to a whole ass other country. Like, we don't know what we're gonna need. We're not gonna have any of our things for like 3 months possibly. So, you know, we needed a lot of stuff. So she's getting us checked in. That's probably taking like at least 20 minutes. So like time is ticking. And mind you, we got there at 10:30 a.m. and our flight wasn't until 1:30 p.m. So we finally get checked in, go through security, and I'm over there having to walk in the airport barefoot because my dumbass forgot socks in the midst of trying to pack things last minute and whatnot. So that was gross, to say the least. So finally get through security. I was like, let me get you Starbucks, because like I said, Sierra's in a bad mood and Starbucks always makes her feel better. So get her Starbucks. She ends up going and like exchanging like American dollars for like euros, and then she went and got her grandma like a little shirt or whatnot. And so then we finally, like, she's finally cooled down because she had some like time to relax and whatnot. And then we realized we need to take like a little train in order to get to our gate for Delta. Walk down escalators and hallways, get to the train thing, finally are on the train. We were probably only at the little like area to sit down for maybe 20 minutes before they were starting to like board people and get information, and my name ended up getting called, and I was like, oh my god, imagine if they're not gonna let me go. So my heart is, I'm having heart palpitations, I am stressed. I was like, oh my god. So I get to the counter, and he didn't even tell me like why he needed like to see my passports, because I had 2 passports. I had the no fee, which is for the military, and then I had my tourist passport. So get that all figured out. And then I tell Sierra, like, let's do our little digital passport person locator thing on the plane. And she's like, well, I think it needs to be there. Like, it needs to be done before we get there. Okay, fine. So Sierra's literally the worst with technology, so that means the task was left in my hands, having to do both of it, like both of ours. And I was having to look up like the hotel that we're currently staying at, their address, and I didn't know if I was putting the address in correctly, and I was so stressed, and that probably took at least 30 minutes, like gathering all the information. So that was annoying, and I was getting snippy with Sierra because she kept trying to talk to me when I was obviously doing an important task. Not that they ever, you know, asked for it when we got to Italy. So, I don't know. So then we are finally starting to board. Obviously, we are at the back of the plane because where else would the military seat us? Get to our seats. It was honestly a pretty nice flight from Seattle to Amsterdam. It was, I think, 9.5 hours, I believe. And we got dinner and snacks and breakfast and movies. There was a little girl that kept fucking crying the whole motherfucking ride. I do not like when crotch goblins cry for, you know, an extended amount of time. Obviously the parents can't help it, but damn, I could hear over my fucking headphones. So that was incredibly annoying. And then her crotch goblin brother was also crying. Also annoying. But you know, I digress. It is what it is, and that was the cards that we were dealt for that specific plane ride. So we were supposed to arrive at, our little thing said 8:20, and I was like, okay, that leaves a little bit less than an hour before our other plane is supposed to take off. Well, then the thing was like, oh, you're gonna get there at 8, and I was like, perfect, like that's so much extra time. We're gonna have the best layover. Well, did we have the best layover? I would disagree, because we had to wait for like the first plane to pull out of the spot. So we literally were not getting off that plane until like after 8:30. So I was like, damn, time's ticking. And mind you, like I said, we are at the way back of the plane. There's probably 3 or 4 rows maybe behind us. So we're at the way back, and it's a huge plane for like international flights. The one that has like the little pods way up in the front. And do you think that the fucking pilot said, hey, if you have a close connecting flight, let them off first? No, he fucking didn't. So we had to wait for every motherfucker who had a carry-on to get their shit out of the little overhead compartment and wait for them to get off. So that was incredibly stressful. So like I said, we did not get off until like 8:30 something, 8:40. Finally get to this line. We're not knowing where we're going. I'm power walking. My calves are burning. I'm obviously a big bitch. So I like to take leisurely strolls in the airport, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like to have to rush. And Amsterdam made us rush because on the little Delta flight app, it didn't show where our next gate was supposed to be. So we get off the plane, and there's this girl at the, like a flight attendant or whatnot, and she has like a piece of paper. So I'd ask her where our flight was. Do you think our flight was anywhere near where we were? Absolutely fucking not. Why would it be? Why would it be? So we had to walk so far. We're going through so many twists, turns, all of this stuff. Power walking through the bitch, and I'm stressed, like, oh my god, we're gonna miss our flight. We get to this little line for passports. It's incredibly long, like so long. And the guy was like, well, if you have a close connecting, like, go see my colleague. I go to his colleague, and it's like a bunch of us that are like trying to get to connecting flights that are soon. So many motherfuckers are cutting me, and like when I'm overwhelmed and like in a stressful situation, I cannot deal with like confronting somebody like, hey, like, don't cut me or whatnot. Does this bracelet make me look gay? I hope so, so that I can have friends here. Squirrels, sorry. So people are cutting me. I am stressed and like overwhelmed, so I'm not telling them anything. And obviously Sierra, like I said, is pissed because we're having to walk fucking far and we're like cutting it really close. So then we finally are getting close to the front, and I was like, oh my god, I hope they let Sierra go through, even though like I knew that they would, but I just am an overthinker. So I go to the counter and I was like, hi, he said passports, and I said, hi, she doesn't have a passport, she's on military orders. So he's like, okay, I need to see your order. So then she has to get out her orders, drops her fucking folder type thing. She's increasingly more mad after she had already cooled down over the 9-hour flight from Seattle to Amsterdam. So now she's getting really pissed. Finally get that in order, and then it's 8:45 at this point, and I was like, bro, where the fuck is our next gate gonna be? Like, it's already 8:45, they're probably already boarding people. So once again, we start power walking, jogging, running through the airport, and like I said, I'm a big bitch. If I knew that I was gonna have to do this, I would have started training like I was gonna be a fucking Olympian or some shit, because I was winded. I could have cried. I was so overwhelmed, like my heart was beating so fast, and Sierra is obviously significantly smaller than me, so she's walking like way faster, and I was just like, it's fine, just go, like being fucking dramatic. Like, I'm over there like, oh my god, if the like plane's there, like maybe her ass should just leave me and I'll just wait for the next flight, if they have a next flight, not knowing if they would. So like I said, we are fucking power walking, jogging, and running for like a good, you know, 15 minutes and we're like still not close to our gate, and we're finally like at the end of the tunnel, because our gate was like 77, so that shit was fucking far. And we finally get to the end, and I was like, yes, the light at the end of the tunnel. However, this body, she was wanting to give up. Like, damn, I could have surrendered right then and there, like just fucking keeled over and died, because I was so winded. I felt like I was gonna vomit, pass out, throw up all at the same time. So then we finally go down these stairs to get to our gate, and there's nobody there. Like, there's maybe the boarding pass lady, but no passengers or anything like that. I was like, fuck. So the lady sees us walking, and it's literally just me and Sierra right there, and she's like, run! And I was like, run? But okay. So then we start fucking running, like sprinting to the bitch. Then I'm like low-key shaking, like trying to get out my fucking wallet, because I was the one holding the boarding passes and shit. And then I give her the boarding passes, and we finally get on the flight, and the gate was literally about to fucking close. Never in my life have I almost missed a connecting flight, let alone almost missed a connecting flight in a fucking foreign ass country. And I sit us in the wrong seat. We were supposed to be in like row 7 or something like that. I seat us in row 8 because I'm so frazzled. Luckily though, because then we would have had to sit next to somebody, and row 8 didn't have anybody in it. So me and Sierra didn't even sit next to each other. We're not speaking at this point because we're both fucking annoyed. I'm still feeling like I'm gonna vomit, pass out, and throw up all at the same time. I'm like low-key shaking. I'm winded. I am out of water, and I didn't want to ask Sierra for water because I'm stubborn and she was pissed. So I was just thirsty on my own. So Sierra starts to fall asleep as the plane like starts going, everything like that, and it's like ascending for the longest time, and I was like, oh my god, when is like the plane gonna, you know, even out? So basically when we were in Italy, because it was such a close flight, it was like maybe like an hour and a half, they asked us if we want sandwiches. First off, thank you, that's so kind, but why are you serving egg salad sandwiches on a plane, like in an enclosed space? I don't know, that wasn't sitting right with me, but I was nauseous, so I wanted to be courteous and I took the sandwich, but I didn't eat it. Sierra ate hers, and I just had some water. So then we finally are getting close to Italy, and I was like, ooh, let me look out the window. Window was dirty as fuck, so I was like, don't even get to enjoy a nice damn view. So then we are finally getting to, like I said, Italy, and we land, and I was like, oh my god, okay, that wasn't a bad flight. Well, we get to Italy and we go to the baggage carousel. It's not moving. There's not a single bag on it. And I said, well, where's our luggage? And what is everybody's first fear when their luggage is not on the baggage claim? That it didn't arrive. And it didn't arrive. So, my first instinct is like, oh my gosh, let me go to the baggage claim people, like the lost and found. So I go to them. The lady's so fucking rude, low-key. Like, I asked her, I was like, hi, do you speak English? And I don't know if she got offended at that or something like that, but if she didn't, I would have tried to use Google Translate app or something so that it could have made it a little bit easier. She's like, how many bags do you have? And I was like, oh, I think there's 9. So she asks for the little bag tags. She's like, there's only 8 here. Sorry, lady, I'm frazzled. There must be only 8 then. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, there must be only 8. So she said, what do they look like? How big are they? What do you mean, how, you want me to choose from this list? Yes, she wanted me to choose from this list of what the bags look like, what color they were, and what brand. Listen here, lady. I didn't know that I needed a fucking inventory of my baggage so that in case I got lost. But now for future references, I'm going to start doing it because that was literally the most stressful thing ever, because literally we only had our carry-on and our personal item, neither of which had anything useful in it. So I'm talking to her for probably 30 minutes going through what color it is, like what color they are, what size they are. I had to pull up a picture from Amazon so that I could show her what it looked like. And she's like, oh, we need to call Amsterdam to see if they even have it. If they even have it? Well, where the fuck would it be? Where would it be? So her and this other lady are tag teaming to try and figure out if, you know, it's still in if they're all still in Amsterdam. Because on the Delta app, it was only showing 4 bags. Whereas the other 4, okay, there was 8. So then she says, well, the next plane's gonna come in at 1:35. Mind you, it's 10:30 at this point, 10:30 a.m. And then she said, you will, we can see if it's gonna be on the next flight. You can see? So I could be here in another country without any, you know, baggage. That's fun. And the lady was like, where are you staying? And she said Italy, and I didn't realize that was the pronunciation of where our base is. And I was like, huh? And she's like, Italy? And I was like, yeah, that's where we're staying. And she said, oh, are you staying at the hotel and base? And I was like, yes. And she said, well, we have a program that can drop off, you know, the luggage if it comes. And I was like, no, we can wait here, it's fine. So we're at the airport from 1:30, and then we're like, the next one is supposed to come in at like 1:35 or something like that. So she said, come back at 2 to see if the bags came. So we go to the baggage claim at 2. Luckily, all of the bags were there, thank God. But then we have to go to the USO office so that we can get a shuttle from the airport to the base. That was another hour. So still at the airport from 1:30, now it's 2 o'clock, now we have to wait until 3 o'clock. Then the shuttle finally comes. Then from there, it's another hour from the airport to the base. So in total, by the time we got to the hotel, 20 hours of flight time. We encountered many unfriendly people. Thank you so much for that experience. And, you know, it was literally the most overwhelming thing, because like now that I'm like telling this story, it doesn't seem like as traumatic or dramatic or whatever. But in that moment, I was so stressed. I had already cried when we were at Seattle, like saying bye to my mom. And then we're at the Venice airport with none of our baggage in a foreign country. We don't know anybody. And all I could do was cry because I was so overwhelmed. And I was like, I don't understand why this is happening. And I know that everything happens for a reason, but sometimes I just can never figure out the reason. And that was one of them, because what was the reason that the universe needed to do that? But, you know, it is what it is. and it happened and we can't change it. Luckily we got there safe and sound. We got all of our baggage safe and sound, and now we are in a hotel in Italy. We have to make an appointment with housing so that we can look at houses, and that's gonna be fun. And we need to buy a car here, and all of the cars here are stick shift, so that's also fun because I don't know how to drive stick shift, and Sierra has literally not, she probably barely knows how to remember how to drive stick shift. So I just really love that for us. It's quite a transition period, but you know, thankful and blessed nonetheless. So, you know, I'm trying to get back on my, you know, filming and whatnot, since I go in incredibly long periods without making a video, and I'm gonna try to stop doing that. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, or if you like any of my other videos, like, comment what you would like to see, any content you would like to see, and subscribe to the channel as well as my social media. Thank you so much for sticking with me and being a part of our adventure, and I can't wait to show you guys more of what Italy has to offer.